Here's a solution to problem 7.2.61 from Rockswold's algebra. So the problem is divide and simplify these two rational expressions. So the thing to remember about rational expressions is they're really just fractions. So ask yourself, how would you divide two fractions? Dividing two fractions is the same as multiplying by a reciprocal of the second one. So we can convert this division into multiplication by taking the reciprocal of the second rational expression. So that gives us 4x squared minus 12x over 4x minus 9 times, and then we take the reciprocal of the second rational expression, so 4x minus 9 over x minus 3. All right. And so now we have to multiply these rational expressions. To multiply rational expressions, you do it the same as for fractions. You just multiply numerators and multiply denominators. But as with fractions, it's much better to factor everything and see if anything cancels before you actually do the multiplication. That just keeps things from getting too big. If you find a factor that cancels, canceling it before multiplying will keep the degree of the polynomials smaller. So let's factor everything. Let's see, in this left numerator, we can factor out a 4 and we can factor out an x. So let's factor out 4x, and the stuff that's left over is going to be x minus 3. In the denominator, it looks like there's nothing we can factor out. There's no common factor in the denominator. So that stays 4x minus 9 times, on the right-hand numerator, there's no common factor here, so 4x minus 9 over x minus 3. There's nothing to factor out there. So now we can look for common factors, and it looks like in the numerator we have an x minus 3 here and an x minus 3 here, once in the numerator, once in the denominator, so those cancel. And we have a 4x minus 9 here and a 4x minus 9 there, and so those cancel as well. That leaves behind just 4x in the numerator, and there's nothing left in the denominator, and that means the denominator is really 1, so it's 4x over 1, but that's just 4x. So our final answer is 4x. If you're doing this problem online, your numbers will be different, but the ideas will be the same.